It's Fans Corner. Welcome to it, and thank you for making time for us. We are still focusing on the Carling Black Label knockout. We've just watched Stellenbosch FC against Kaizer Chiefs out at the DHL Stadium in Cape Town, or the Cape Town Stadium as it is also known. And the game going all the way to penalty shootouts, all the way to sudden death, and Stellenbosch winning it at the end by 5 converted penalties to 4 of Kaizer Chiefs. And that means Kaizer Chiefs are knocked out of the competition. Second competition out. The first one we did not participate in. The second one we've just been knocked out of from the first round. Yeah, it's not a good way to start the season because it's still relatively the beginning of the season. Before we go into the game itself, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It's Off Air Podcasts. On Facebook, it's Fans Corner. Like us and follow us there, and also check us out on TikTok. It's also Fans Corner. You can follow us and also like our stuff there. Now, getting into the game, there's a lot of things that happened around the game. First of all, there was a delay in the kickoff. Firstly, it was delayed by 15 minutes, and then was delayed by another 15 minutes. And at the end of the day, the game started 30 minutes late at 3:30 instead of 3 o'clock as it was planned. That disturbs a whole lot of things, including TV coverage of the next game. As we saw, the Amazulu and Magesi game had to be now moved to a different channel because the Kaizer Chiefs game went to extra time, went to penalty shootouts, went to sudden death. So it took longer than expected, and the delay made it even worse. I'm hurt, I'm disappointed of the embarrassing things that we've just seen on the field of play. Firstly, the game itself, I think, it gets to show you why you are still far from seeing Kaizer Chiefs players being called into the national team. If you watch without bias, you can actually understand why Hugo Bruce will take some time before he can actually select players from Kaizer Chiefs. Because at Kaizer Chiefs right now, it's as if it's every man for himself. It's as if everyone is on audition or on trial to try and win a place in the starting 11. They end up not playing as a team. This is one game where we did not play as a team. And there were games that we played better. I think what disappoints me is the fact that I know we're capable of playing like a team. The previous game, even though we drew 1-1, we actually played more like a team. There were many passes. Ball was shared properly. Accurate passes. Yes, the result was not there. It could have been there, but it wasn't there. This particular game, Steve Barker also has to be given credit. He didn't allow Kaizer Chiefs at all to have a flowing game of football. There were patches here and there, but the passes were terrible. Many intercepted passes. The strategy did not look clear. What is our strategy? The way we started the second half looked a little bit better because it's as if we tried to play all the way to the center line and then play the ball over the heads of the Stellenbosch defenders to get Kaizer Mayo. Because I think he actually looks better when we do that. But unfortunately, the pace of the Kaizer Chiefs wingers, they want to drive all the way to the box and put crosses there. It was a misfit at the end of the day. Didn't work. I think there are players at Kaizer Chiefs who suffer from what I call the Chuck Norris syndrome. If you are old enough, you know who Chuck Norris is. You've watched Chuck Norris production. You know what I'm talking about. There are players at Chiefs who want to look like the main character. They don't play for the team, they play for themselves. There's a number of them whose names I'm not going to mention, but you can see that these players, like, it's more on audition or on a trial, trying to win the hearts of the supporters. I don't know whether they want to win, but somehow they don't play for the badge, they play for themselves. You can see that. And they're in this mode, they've been in this mode for quite some time. Yes, sometimes we win games because of individual brilliance here and there. But as a unit, Kaizer Chiefs did not play like a unit. That's what disappointed me the most. We did not look like a team that plays as a unit. Many intercepted passes. We were pages apart. Like, many players were pages apart. This player would be on this page and the next player. That's why the passes were misplaced a number of times. And that's why there were many intercepted passes. Misplaced passes, intercepted passes. You can't play as a unit if you have things like that. We were failing to intercept passes from Stellenbosch, and they were able to intercept passes from us because they were playing like a unit, as a unit. Even when they went one man down, it's very difficult now to play against a team that is now one man down, because they play, every single one of the 9 players in field will try to play for the player who's just went out. It's like double. It's like playing against 15 players now. It becomes difficult to break them down. We know that. We've seen that a number of times in football. It's like an unwritten law of football. That cost us the game. We didn't play as a unit, and really at the end of the day, and we can see this is backed now. The claim that I'm making, that we have a lot of players who are now playing for themselves. They want the spotlight to be on them. They want to be the savior of the team instead of being a team player. Is backed by what we saw in terms of the substitutions. You saw substitutions being made, or at least attempted, in the end of the second period of the extra time. Mtetwa refused to leave the field of play. Eventually, he went out. Ntwari refused to leave the field of play. He remained there. He went to the shootouts, and Kaizer Chiefs lost the game. Yes, he saved the penalty, but at the end of the day, the team did not win because they had a better goalkeeper on their side. I know some people say, no, but we can't blame Ntwari. He did save a penalty of himself. Yes, we can say all of that, but at the end of the day, the team did not win. But on my side, personally, I didn't support the idea of trying to remove or to substitute a goalkeeper who was in the game for the entire game just for the purpose of penalty shootouts. I'm not a fan of doing things like that. I've seen it happening before. I don't like it personally. I remember seeing it at Chelsea, trying to substitute a goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper refusing, and they ended up losing. I've seen Kaizer Chiefs do it as well, and I think we also lost that game, although the goalkeeper was substituted, but I think we lost that game. I remember it happening. I've seen it before, but I don't like it. So, be that as it may, at the end of the day, it is the coach's decision who must leave the field of play or who must enter the field of play for any team. So, in as much as we don't like it or it looks wrong, once the decision has been made by the coaches to remove you from the field of play, you just have to abide, because it's not for you, it's for the team. You leave the field of play. So I didn't like seeing the goalkeeper defying the orders from the coaching staff. That sends a terrible message to us as supporters that the coaches are not in control or in charge of the dressing room. It also supports the statement that I'm making, that these players are playing for themselves. They're not playing for Kaizer Chiefs. They're not playing for the best. They're playing for them. They're out there auditioning to the entire world of football. They're not necessarily playing for Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think it hurts them as much when the team loses the way it hurts the supporters. It brings me to that meme or that joke when other supporters talk about us and say the problem at Kaizer Chiefs is that the supporters are more serious about Kaizer Chiefs than the players. You look at that and you kind of think, actually, they are right. I don't think those players really feel the pain that we feel as supporters. You shouldn't see things like that. This is a team. It's a team bigger than any of those players in the field of play. You can't make decisions like that. You can't defy the orders of the coach. Yes, I personally don't support the decision to remove the goalkeeper. But once the decision has been made, you take the orders from the coach. It then raises a lot of questions as to, do these players even follow the coach's instructions in the field of play? Because clearly the coach can tell them, this is the system that we're going to play, this is the position where we are going to play. When they get to the field of play, they do as they wish. What's stopping them from doing that when they refuse to come out when they're being substituted? Even Mtetwa actually refused, but eventually he did come out. So that looks terrible. It raises a lot of questions about the dressing room of Kaizer Chiefs, the environment around the players. What is the state of the dressing room? So Kaizer Chiefs right now, their main priority should be to go and find a coach. If Nabi is leaving, they need to go and find a coach who will be in charge of the dressing room. That's number one. They have to rescue the dressing room, because clearly they're not in charge of that dressing room. Rescue it and make sure that the team plays as a team. Then we might stand a chance. Right now we're out of 2 competitions. MTN 8, we're never part of it. It's out. It was won by another team, our rivals. Culling Black Label knockout, we are out of it. Most likely Paris are going to win it as well, because, I mean, what's the competition there? Sundowns are out, Kaizer Chiefs out. Orlando Pirates are just going to have... I'm not disrespecting the other teams. I'm just saying Orlando Pirates right now, they're feeling very, very confident that this is a sign that this could be theirs, because the team that beat them in the last final of a cup competition has just been knocked out of the first round. I'm really embarrassed by what I saw. I'm really hurt by what I saw. I think Kaizer Chiefs, really, there's a lot that needs to be done. I'm asking myself what the hell is happening at the team right now. This has been Fans Corner. Thank you so much for your time. We meet again in the next one.